Today's player review is going to be on Pernille Harder, coming in at 40,000 coins, 92 rated cam. Pretty solid card. Let's break it down. Starting off with the base card, we have 88 pace, 86 shooting, paired with 91 passing, 92 dribbling, 40 defending, and 86 physicality. Let's go through. I did list three main pros for her. Starting off with pro number one, the biggest advantage to this card is her dribbling playstyle. As we go across here, she does have technical plus, paired with flair and the first touch. I think overall she has a nice combination of dribbling playstyles, and the technical plus made her feel like a really nice dribbler, whether it was kind of close ball control or just kind of going down a bit wide. I felt like her dribbling just felt really solid, especially for 40,000 coins. Let's move on to pro number two, her passing. Overall passing playstyle, she has the incisive pass, pinged pass, and the long ball, which is really good, really strong. And you're seeing it in some of the highlights now, just the way she's able to dribble across, and then if she needs to, that little final through ball. Just a solid card, to be honest with you. But again, passing was great. Three passing playstyles, doesn't have a passing plus playstyle, so there is a drawback there, which we'll go through in a second. But her overall passing is pretty good. 94 short pass, 88 long pass, 93 vision. So again, it's solid, it's good, it's just not S tier. It's not like amazing. You know those through balls that you get from like the million coin plus players where they just kind of split a defense? She doesn't quite have that, and that was my first con, which was no passing playstyles plus. So I think it's one of those where you know you're paying 40,000 coins, so she's incredibly good for the price, but you're not going to be able to put those passes in like maybe some of the more expensive attackers. But it's one of those again where for the money she's definitely a great card. So that was a pro, having good passing, but a con, not having the passing playstyles. Then we go over to the last pro, and I wrote that she's a cheap solid cam. So it's like one of those cards where if you guys are on a budget and you just need a solid card, you know, you just need a card that's going to get her job done and just do a good job as a cam, be annoying, be able to kind of string passes together, get the ball from midfield all the way to attack. She's a great option. She really is. I wouldn't go for it if I had millions of coins to spend on a team, but if I'm on a bit of a budget, she does the job. She's a great card on a budget. She really is. So if you have like a 200, maybe 300k squad or something like that, and you just want a good solid cam, then I think she's a really good option there. The second con I did have, and that's kind of the last main con, is her pace. I don't think is too good as a winger or as a striker. So for me, although she has really good roles, you can use her as a winger, as a striker, I think that's great. I think she's better off as a cam, and I feel like she's probably only suited for a cam. I feel like she's a bit weak on the wing, and up front I wouldn't really use her. So that's kind of the one thing I would say. Yes, she does have the options to play out wide and as a striker. I didn't really like using her there. I feel like she was best as a cam. What I did is I played her in a 4-2-3-1, and she was my right cam, and she felt really good there because she was kind of like an inside forward winger kind of, so she felt pretty good there, and she wasn't, you know, tucked in on the byline trying to get past people like you guys saw my review for Caicedo. She was fantastic at that. Well, I think Harder's a bit better as a cam, bit more central, kind of stringing in the play there. So there you go, that's that. But as we go through, I think like the biggest thing about this card is it's kind of difficult because I'm using cards like Kaka and stuff like that, you know, like 3 million coins, stuff like that. Like it's very difficult to go from like Kaka to Harder and try to not be biased in my review in terms of like, obviously Kaka's better, right? It's you know, it's a 94 rated card, 3 million coins, it's going to be better. But when I actually look at value for coins, and that's why my third one was so important, value for coins, she really is 10 out of 10 in terms of value for coins. I think you're getting 40,000 coins, which is so easy to get at this stage of the game, and you're seeing in the dribble right there. I actually want to go through that. Look at this dribble. Like this is where she was so crucial. It's just this dribbling. Look at this. We get the ball, and look, we're not running crazy, we're not running, but the ball's basically glued to her. Look, we go left, we go up, go down, then go up again. You see that? So she just has the ability to beat defenders. The problem is like once you go up against like the real meta defenders, Theo Hernandez is the Van Dijk team of the years, like the really expensive cards, that's where she's going to really struggle. But it's kind of obvious, right? Because she's only 40,000 coins, they're going to be a couple of mil. So it's just one of those where you get what you pay for. I think if you guys are like, you know, when you have like the foot challenges and like the daily tournaments and you need maximum rating, stuff like that, that's where I think she's really good because she's quite a solid card, but she's still quite high rated at 92. But yeah, it's just one of those ones. She's quite high rated and she's just very cheap. So I think she is one of those hidden gems that you can definitely make a team around if you have no coins, and I think she is phenomenal with that. Let's go through and let's go through. Let's check out some more of the actual stats here. So we go across. So like I mentioned, 40,000 coins, great solid card there. Pace, again, a bit of a problem out wide, but for a cam I think it's fine. We go to a shooting. actually not too bad. Doesn't have the long shots I like, you know, 85. But to be honest, I did a lot of Trivellas and they kind of went in a lot of the time. So it wasn't terrible. But I think, you know, a bit more consistency with the shot would have been fantastic. Then we go through to her passing. I think one of her best attributes, just a solid card when it comes to passing. Nothing crazy. Like I said, you get what you pay for, but a good card. Go to the physicality, which isn't something I really care about for this kind of card, but it's just nice to have, you know, the jumping, actually it's kind of irrelevant. It's just the stamina, which is important, to be honest. The rest I don't really care about. And then we go through in the dribbling, and the dribbling is just great. You got 92 agility, you got 90 balance, 86 reaction, 91 ball control, 93 dribbling, and 93 composure. Most people did put her on a hawk. I would personally put her on an engine. I think that makes the most sense. Like I said, her shot is just one of those ones where, you know, yes, you can get a bit more, but for me, she was a bit more creative. So I think having a pace, passing, and dribbling as a you know, as a chemistry style, I think is unbelievable. I don't really see the logic in people giving her a hawk, to be honest with you. I think an engine is much superior, but that's just me. I guess maybe because you're getting the shot up as well, physicality, but I think you're kind of wasting the physicality there. I think engine makes more sense because you're actually giving her, you know, more passing, more dribbling, more pace. Then she looks like a real solid card there. Let's go through to her play styles as we go across here. You can see she does have the chip shot, which for me is irrelevant. I don't really use it. Then she has the power shot. I think it's a good play style, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. That's not something I personally use too much. So for me, again, that's why shot wise she wasn't unbelievable for me. Go to the passing. I like the 3 she has. I think they're all really good, but I would love a passing playstyle plus. They are really phenomenal. But again, not bad, just okay. Don't really care about the defending one. She has Trivela, which is really nice to see. Physical, I don't really mind her not having anything else. Then you go to ball control. Again, I don't really use her out wide, so I'm okay with her not having rapid or trickster, and I do like the fact that she is technical. I think it really suits her playstyle. So the way I would use this card, if you guys are looking at it, is like, it's a cam. I want to put it this way. You know, like, no, not like Messi, but it's basically a cam that controls the ball. It's a cam that controls the ball. You're not going to be running down the wing and being annoying. You're just going to control the ball, close touch dribbling, quick passes between the midfield, and then she's going to be able to carry it through and then give the final ball to the attacker. That's where I kind of used her. So she was a really solid option there. Overall, great card. I'm going to give her like an 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. Just a solid card, but she is very cheap. So if you're looking for a cam on a budget, I would recommend her. If you're looking for a winger, I wouldn't really go near her. Striker, I wouldn't really go near her. Her shooting isn't great. It's just more creativity. That's the best attribute. So I would definitely keep her as a cam. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys for another review later on today. Peace.